Hey everybody, it's Absolutely Alphas.
What up?
Season 2, Episode 3.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Almost lost count.
Yes. Getting there. Getting closer to, I don't know. I just running my mouth. But hope you guys had a good Easter.
The come up is real. We are going to be a music authority. So that's the goal here for us to be the
authority.
The go-to from artists that you are familiar with and ones that you aren't.
Right.
Maybe you've heard the album already and you can listen to a different perspective or get like
more ideas of what the meaning of the things are, and
like an articulation of
different opinions and vantage points, and that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
And if you don't want to agree, let's talk about it.
All that
discussion. Let's bring up start discussions about
things.
Please
comment your ratings and your opinions as well.
Yes, Absolutely Alphas. We're on SoundCloud, Absolutely Alphas YouTube. We're on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio.
We're everywhere.
Google Play. We're everywhere. You're everywhere you need to be. Oh, killed it.
Basically.
So, how was your week?
I can't even front like it was a good week. It was a long work week,
It was.
It's a little stressful at the day job.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, sorry about that. Excuse me again. So, well, we're at the start of a new week now. So,
right.
But I still consider like Sunday the weekend. The weekend,
me too.
Right, even though it's the start of the week.
Yeah.
So this is like the highlight of my week, kind of. This is where I get lit right here,
Yay!
For y'all.
We always have fun.
For y'all though.
Always a good time.
Yeah, we lit in here.
So I had a good week too.
Okay.
It was a long week for me.
I had a bad week, but no.
I thought I had good.
I didn't say that. But I'm glad you had a good week though.
Okay.
They need to hear that. So keep going.
I wanted to give a shout out to LL Cool J because I rock these bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair I got. So I figured I'd do hip hop, little ponytail.
You fly shit though.
Fly out here.
Wait, super fly.
So this week we're doing Logic. Oh, did you hear about Fabulous?
You mean didn't we just finish watching a Fabulous video? Hold on, what? Okay, is that what that was about?
No.
What? Tell me about
it. Might have been. Because it was just him dancing in that video. I don't know what it was about, but he banged his baby mother in the teeth and knocked her teeth out.
Nah, I didn't know about that. I had no idea that.
And he does. This is his mother of 3, and two front teeth are allegedly missing after this punch.
After one shot, huh?
I don't know how many shots it took, but that's tragic. I really like Fabulous.
I'm. It's sad that I'm never.
Violence is not cool.
I'm sad that I'm never going to do the R&D to know the backstory. Like if she hit him first or whatever happened, like I'm never going to know. Like I don't care enough. But
okay.
Sorry.
It's just the latest news.
No.
The authorities should know that. Need to care. Boop. So we're doing Logic
drama,
this
though,
week.
You know what I mean?
We're doing Logic.
Yeah.
And Bobby Tarantino II is the name of the album. It's a sequel to Bobby Tarantino I that came out in July 1st, 2016. And there's 13 tracks, 43 minutes. The cover art is done by Sam Spratt. He's a popular artist. I looked him up. He has some nice stuff. I like the cover art. I like the art of the album. And when you really like zoom in on it, it's like a painting.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like.
Yeah.
But it's pretty nice. So this is, I'm gonna be honest with you, Logic. This is my first. I've listened to his songs. This is the first album of his that I've listened to, and I know Brother's always like Logic, and I saw a picture of it, and I was like, it can't be that good. Like,
just about right?
I know it was wrong of me. I'll be honest. I was wrong. It was wrong of me because he looks like a nerdy white kid. You just don't, you don't expect him to be like.
He does,
as ill as he was.
In his regular voice, like when he's just talking, he also sounds like a nerdy white guy.
He does. I saw a video with him in the producer Marshmallow on here, and he does. But the album was outstanding. Yeah. And I trust my brother, and he kept saying, check him out for like a year now. It's been a minute, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad we're doing this album.
Yeah.
So thank you, brother.
Good
thanks
stuff.
to you.
it's a sequel to it's Bobby Tarantino II, so it's a sequel, and Bobby Tarantino he preludes both of these albums as his flex albums, like
They got flex albums.
because when he first started, I mean his production was always on point. He always had excellent production on all of his albums. All like the beats are always hot. Under Pressure though, when he even had one song, I think it was his first song called Young Sinatra. Young Sinatra's it's like his alter ego, where he flows like Nas,
right,
and then he puts a Nas verse at the end of the song. So like he's influenced by that raw era of hip hop. He's influenced by that. And Under Pressure, his first like full release, like mainstream release, after like his underground stuff was like that raw. It was like that street shit.
Oh, okay.
So I try to listen to Bobby Tarantino 1 and 2, but now we're speaking about 2 with the perspective of what fans would think and what someone who has never listened to Logic before would think.
Okay.
I try to listen to both perspectives.
That's good.
And production here is changed to just being more, party, turn up, being more lit. That's how the beats are now. The beats in this album are excellent.
The beats are every beat is great.
There was one beat that was a little off to me, but I mean, for the most part, the beats are like, I mean, there's a beat switch in one of the songs.
Was the song Whatever? That has like that bass, that dubstep beat throughout it, with producer the Marshmallow dude. Marshmallow's a DJ that wears a marshmallow like helmet hat.
I would have to like review like an actual track listing to answer that question directly. But I know it's like there was one song, Midnight.
I didn't like Whatever.
Whatever? Yeah. Okay. And I don't think there's a song called What's Up. Maybe that's it.
I like that song was right.
At the end. I don't think there's a track called Whatever on here. But the song Midnight, there's a beat switch. I mean, Logic has really good beat switches.
Yeah.
Under Pressure had a lot more of them. He has really good beat switches. And
okay, go ahead.
Continue.
I was just gonna add before you got too far into it, that they did an advertisement for this on Adult Swim. You know about Adult Swim? It comes on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I used to watch that back in the day.
And Rick and Morty is a show. I catch it every now and then, and it's funny because it's like a grandfather who's a scientist, and he explores all these guys. He's super smart, but he's super mean to his like grandkids. But they like want to follow him around everywhere, and they go on adventures together. So I guess that's a favorite show of his because he used them to do the intro.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Grandpa's Spaceship is the name of the first. That's the intro, and that is basically Rick and Morty. If you guys know Rick and Morty, the cartoon, you know what I'm talking about. It's got big eyes, spiky hair. And he's like, the little grandson, like, hey, can I listen to what I want to listen to?
Right.
He was like, well, it depends. And he was like, Logic. He was like, well, is the album Logic or is the mixtape Logic? Right. And they going back and forth.
And it was like, what does it matter? It shouldn't matter.
He's like, well, it's funny. It's so funny.
It was, yeah. But it was intro. But see, when the grandpops was like, well, I want to listen to like, some bitches twerking,
right.
Some booty popping.
Want to get it popping in here? Want to get it popping? Yeah.
And then that's what I'm saying. He preludes the albums as like more a little bit more flossy.
Yeah.
Than Under Pressure and his next work, Incredible True Story. Okay. Both of those to me were like 10 albums. Like 10 rating albums. I mean, go back and listen to those, please.
Yeah.
Now that you're on his review, and you're not too late. Logic has just really started his mainstream career over the past few years since 2014.
Yes, he's on Spotify.
Yeah. So he said his career is still young. It's not going to be hard to catch up with. So listen to all of his stuff.
It's everywhere. You can YouTube it.
So on first listen, I was trying to figure out, and I know we're about to get into the order, but just one more comment. My first impression of the album wasn't as good, like just in the first listen. Okay. As it grew on me. I had to catch the sound because I realized it was a sequel to Bobby Tarantino 1. Okay, so it's it's a more flossy, flexy album.
Did you like this one better than the first one?
No. Okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's the bottom line. Bobby Tarantino 2 is still great, but I like one a lot better. And I'm not gonna say a lot better, a little better. But back to the point. Okay, I got a little sidetracked just now when you asked me that. Sorry. So I was trying to pinpoint what it was precisely. Was he singing too much? Was I not like feeling the beats as much? Was I not like catching his content, or like was his content not consistent, or really what's the word I'm looking for the content? I can't.
Intelligent.
There's a intelligent, I guess is going to be okay for now. That's not the word I need right now. But regardless of that, but I mean, yeah. So I was trying to pinpoint what it was. He didn't really do any more singing than usual on his albums.
It wasn't a lot either.
On Incredible 2's True Story, he did like I would say as much or more singing on that album, and that was like I said, 10 rating album for me.
Okay.
I do think the singing he did on this album was sometimes misplaced for some tracks. Otherwise, I mean, he wasn't really, flexing and flossing as hard as the beats made it seem. The beats is really what. I mean, he's lyrically flexing.
Yeah.
But the beats is really, what makes it sound more flashy. Yeah. And then sometimes he's throwing a little bit in there, like, yeah, bitch is trying to holler at me. I'm pulling up in the new, pulling up in the whip and all that.
And shout out to marriage. He references his marriage a lot.
And he also talks about his marriage and chicks trying to holler at him with his ring on, looking at his ring.
Like, the band.
Like, right, you're just going to ignore the band, though?
Ignore the whole band.
The whole band.
You that thirsty out here.
Right. I mean, but yeah, that's another show. But
so there's some producers on here. He's a producer. He actually lists his alter ego as one of the producers, or actually one of the guests. You got Young Sinatra, 2 Chainz, Wiz Khalifa, and Big Sean are the guests that are on this album. So that's a
nice little mix there.
Good mix there, yeah. And Grandpa Spaceship, Overnight. And by the way, it was released March 9th. So I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay.
But Overnight.
Pretty brand spanking new.
Yeah. Overnight is the second track. Nice beat. Again, he right off top, he's talking about I'm married, letting y'all know. He said he got quoted 200 a show. I can see myself bobbing to this, basically saying that people think his success happened overnight, and it did not. Right. So that's what the track's about.
Right, it's a celebratory album.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Right,
like he made it, and it took work to get here.
It took work, and
work.
And people
nobody gets it overnight.
And there were hella mixtapes because I think by his second album he said he was already rapping. But by his second, full album, he said he was already rapping for like 6 years or something. So there was a lot of work, you know what I mean? And then people just see all the shine, and it's like, well, it didn't happen like that, overnight. You think it did. It might seem like it.
Right.
Even if it just seemed like a couple years, it was a lot longer than that.
It's definitely an album more for entertainment. It's not provoking any thought. If that's what you mean from like the difference.
It's his content is pretty. Excuse me. His content is pretty. Okay, I wonder if they can see that up there. Okay. Anyway, so they saw like the blob on your arm. So
they saw me wiping it back on you.
Nice. That's
what I thought you were talking about.
That too. That as well. So and I got sidetracked again. So Overnight, I got my notes here. He talks about giving back. So then he has like he throws in like these common sounding like flashy lines like about like your girl wants to get with me, but it takes a different path when he says it though. Like it's not like how you would normally hear it.
Right.
How it would normally sound in like mainstream hip hop. So he has like some of the common like concepts that you would normally see as far as like shining and flossing and all that, but it's like from where he's saying it's not really like that. And I can't recall if anyone, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, sis, but I can't recall if anyone's ever made a song about the apparent overnight success and like people
assuming that
coming at you like that.
Yeah, like every rapper does.
Every rapper makes a song about like their overnight. People think that
it took them a lot of work to get to where they're at.
No, I mean, it took them a lot of work, but I mean, do they ever
message?
But yeah, but do they ever highlight that people think that it happened overnight?
Yeah,
they do. Okay, it's the first song I've heard called Overnight where
It's the first song I heard called Overnight. Yeah.
I really saw that highlighted as like the theme.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as of the song. It's the first song I've heard like that. Then he starts singing.
Your face.
Maybe you're the reason. Like he sounds like. See, this is one of the songs where his singing was misplaced.
Okay.
He could have done without the singing on this song.
So you gave an example of that.
Right. So because he sounds like a spoiled kid, like running away from home when he's singing. And but otherwise, it's a great song. I mean, I like what he's speaking about conceptually.
Yeah.
The beat was okay to me. This is my least favorite beat, but I liked, concept wise how he started the album.
Okay. Nice.
And so he started singing. He could have left that part.
Could have left that part completely out.
He could have. Yep.
Sound like a little boy.
But
running away from home.
But he's addressing the haters, and that's a sign of his commercial success now because, for at least 2 full albums he didn't get any radio play. Maybe 3 albums. I'm not sure, but I mean, I know that I've never heard him on the radio until I think Everybody, the album he made, Everybody.
Yeah.
Last year.
I did hear
one of those songs made it to the radio.
Yeah.
But before that, I don't think any of his first 3 albums made it to like radio. I mean, I don't listen to radio. I saw
a music video. This is what really made me like motivated about him. And it had like Don Cheadle in it.
Oh wow.
Don Cheadle was in it, and it's a show I watched called Modern Family, and there's a teenage boy on there. He was in it. And it was basically the name of the song was like a phone number, I guess, for suicide.
Yeah. That was last year.
Right. And I was like, wow.
It's 4,000. Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how major he was. But
yeah.
I mean, if Don Cheadle in your music video, then
Don Cheadle. Once Don Cheadle's in your music video, you've arrived.
Yeah, you've arrived. He has allowed you to rise further, higher. All right, Contra's number 3.
Still
basically
talking about
braggy. He blowing up. Yeah. Out here, floss and flexing, and that's common theme among hip hop artists as well.
I have continue please. I'm sorry.
One thing that he said that I could relate to is you don't know nothing about the life I'm living, never been low enough, and I can relate to that because sometimes you deal with people that don't understand your humility or don't understand, and they can't comprehend it because they never came up from a place, that they
of darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that kind of related to him on that. It's personal alpha touch there.
Oh, absolutely.
personal.
Of course, naturally.
There's layers to the alphas.
There it is, right there. So still talking about the grind.
Yeah.
Dope beat. I mean,
this is a good beat too.
I mean, all the rest of the beats.
Beat bangs, got it right here.
I mean, all the beats thing after this though, like I mean, it's on point production wise.
Yeah.
Excellent production.
I like it.
He makes it sound trappy by echoing what he said between the lines, and he's still delivering. And I just have a tendency to like echoey beats. He has a lot of like echoing beats on the album. I don't know if there's like a better terminology for that. But I have a tendency to like those.
Yeah, I know. I like those too.
So yeah, dope track. Boom Trap Protocol.
I like that.
Here he actually.
That's an interesting title track name.
He verbally says, "I mixed that real with that turn up. Call it Boom Trap."
That's the protocol. That's the formula.
He literally says that in his lyrics.
It's defined. I was looking for a definition, and that was it.
Boom Trap. So now we all gonna start calling it Boom Trap.
You mix that real with the turn up.
It's Boom Trap.
Protocol. Boom Trap Protocol. This is how you.
Oh wow, the procedure of the shit.
Yes.
Oh.
That's it. Boom Trap Protocol.
We lit.
And so what else I got in here? Pull up to the new in the driveway. Hey, the flow. This was
the flow was on point.
Very nice flow on this.
Yeah.
So fast I double park that bitch sideways.
Yeah, like I said,
they go hard.
Yeah, I mean, in the majority, the flow and concept of Logic hasn't changed, like between any albums. I'm gonna say that now. Good execution. This is like one of the better executed, lyric sets on the album as well.
I like the chorus on there a lot.
Yeah, the
chorus does.
Pull up in a new though.
Pull up in there, pull up like that sideways.
Hell yeah, that's right.
So that's nice. Yuck. It's number 5.
What do you know about Yuck?
I know there's something I say when something's gross.
Oh
I
no,
say
what no,
yuck.
what do you know about this track though? Like tell me like oh okay, just go over your notes
There's an
first.
intro with the lawyer saying, "I'm here to confirm the logic is motherfucking paid.
Motherfucking paid.
It's motherfucking paid."
Motherfucking.
That's the intro. First of all, that's what I know about this song. Man. He got a lawyer letting us legally know and officially know that he's not paid. He's not just paid. He's motherfucking paid.
Damn.
Emphasis on the curse word. So, other than that, another great beat. And he's speaking about envious and jealous friends and people that you're around that you can't trust. And, you know, once you get successful, even Tupac talked about that, you know. It's hard to stay around the same people because motherfuckers be hating. Like, it's real. And then people will smile in your face. And that's what this song is about. Those type of people. And that's disgusting. So
Bow Wow was the first person I heard say in a movie lottery ticket. Mm-hmm. He was the first person I ever heard say that money doesn't change you, it changes the people around you.
Yeah, it does.
Man, that's an old movie, and I don't know how old that saying is, but that was the first time I heard that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it does. I was saying that. But Yuck, also, just to give you a backstory, give all y'all a backstory. I mean, and some of you already know about like the little like subtle like Logic and Joyner Lucas beef.
Oh,
it's very subtle.
Okay.
So he's talking about Joyner Lucas.
Okay.
With all the like the jealousy and hate and stuff.
Oh wow. You know what? How did you know that? About the track title?
You know, it was a random article. I guess since I follow Logic, it was like a random article that popped up on my Google one day.
Oh, okay.
And I just like read a little bit about it.
Okay. Cool.
But another ill beat. The beat was ill as shit, and he's on here,
magnificent.
And he's wishing his assailant success. Like, I won't even give you the attention. I'm giving you more attention than your publicist.
Yeah.
And I wish you success. Yeah, this is kind of pitiful, right?
It's nice. It's very big of him.
Yeah, Logic is
good job.
Taking the higher road out here.
Out here in these streets. All right.
You got all that. The only note I have about Indiga, I can't even pronounce it. Indiga by with a C.
Yeah.
I misspelled it on my notes. That's fine. But I mean, the only note I have here is I know it's going to be everyone's favorite song. That's all I have on here. That's going to be everyone's favorite. Like, if you haven't listened to this album already, that will be your favorite song.
So, Indica Badu is features Wiz Khalifa.
Mm-hmm. And so you know what time it is.
It has the essence of like, didn't you know? Like, there's a subtle essence of that beat and melody in that song.
Okay. I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, it's very subtle. Definitely would be a dope remix if they did the Didn't You Know to that beat. I might try to see if I can do that, but
word.
You know, definitely the smoke song of the track.
Yeah,
of the album is definitely
that's all I got from it.
Wiz Khalifa on there, so
naturally
he got the most marijuana.
Like Wiz Khalifa is like the like he's like the mascot of.
It's the authority.
Right. Yeah.
We're the authority on.
Like he's like he could have been a lawyer at the start of like this track, be like motherfucking high, like so like certifying the weed and shit. Like,
right, and you're like, well, that's probably top notch.
If Wiz approves it, then
that's gotta be.
That's the shit.
But that's a smoke song, y'all. So it's a real mellow, chill, laid back beat. That's what it is. I'm sure it will be popular. I'm sure it'll come out.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a single soon this summer for the summer.
Probably, yeah.
Number 7 is Midnight. I every time I listened, when I was taking notes, every time I had to comment on the beat, because I'm like, every beat, I gotta, you know what I mean? The beats were amazing. He said, Shorty getting the G. He's out here, I guess he is fucking bitches. I don't know.
I think he was talking about his girl, though.
Okay, I don't think he was in the reference that he stated it. He said he's not in the VIP.
Is that the song we
said? But he does give a salute to his marriage and thoughts ignoring the band. Maybe it's something about his wife. I don't feel like
Is this a song where he was talking about leave the pussy crucified or something? Was that
I believe so.
There was one track he said gonna leave the pussy crucified.
Yeah. You got any notes on that?
The beat switch.
Oh yeah.
The beat switch was incredible. This is a club banger. You know, he's spending a lot of this album talking about his career. He's still talking about his career right now while he's sipping liquor in the club. I think this is where he was like, he might need like a permanent IV if he's drinking too much or something. Um, and also on the beat switch, he really starts ripping it. Like his execution really picks up. This is one of his better executions on the album. Excellent song.
8.
Warm It Up.
This is like my favorite. The flow. This is my favorite flow.
It's one of his more
his alter ego.
Yeah.
Very cocky. The flow is dynamic on this one. He rides the beat well. It's great. Born and raised in the trap, son. Bobby! Like, Bobby! Basically saying, at the end of the day, he's going to get what he wants.
Right.
That's the message here. I'm going to get what I want eventually. So, it's pretty.
I feel like he has it already. And this is one of the more traditional beats. Like it has that old school like rhythm to it with what he did with the drums.
Mm-hmm.
The best execution he did on the album, hands down in my opinion. Pastor J, I'm running the chain like Peter Parker till I'm having more sex in the city like Jessica Parker. I said that wrong. Pastor J, like I'm running a train like Peter Parker till I'm having more sex in the city like Jessica Parker. I said that fucked up at first.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
But yeah, Peter Parker and Jessica Parker though.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah? Did he say Sarah Jessica Parker?
That's her name.
Okay, whatever. Okay, I don't watch Sex and the City. That's what happens.
Just letting you know.
I don't care.
I know you don't. I mean,
thank you.
People know. I know her.
I'm glad you do.
I think she has the best shoes game in the show, Sex and the City.
Maybe I'll watch it someday.
No, it's not. It's not a show for guys. So it's not a. It's good that you didn't watch. It's not for you. So you can be like. So number 9, The Wizard of Oz. He basically runs his town like the Wizard of Oz. That's what he's saying. Like that's part of the course.
Mm-hmm.
He had to. You know what it reminded me of? Like Ray Shremmen song. Ray Shremmen songs.
Uh-huh.
You know his drummers ear backwards? Did you know that?
Yeah, I just call them drummers' ears because that's what it spells backwards. So I just say
it's a lot easier to say. I'm gonna start.
It is easy to say it, so I just say drummers' ears because I can't say that shit.
It sounded like it had their type of tone to it to me, and it was auto-tuned, very subtle. He was like, "Turn that auto-tune up, so they can feel me, so they can feel my pain." I was like, "Okay."
Well, one of my notes is I thought the auto-tune was unnecessary. Like it's like. So there were a couple of occasions on this album where I just wasn't feeling the auto-tune. Like,
right.
But it's his flex albums. It's like he's doing some of these things on purpose too.
Right.
Like even that annoying singing he was doing on the first track. He did. I think it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta appeal to everybody, you know.
I mean, I when I say on purpose, I mean I think like he wasn't really. He knew that people would probably like have some shit to say about it. Like his fans might have something to say. And he just didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? That's what he's doing with the auto-tune, too. That's like, you didn't have to do that, man.
You think so? You think he's doing it to, like, make people talk about him?
Not to make people talk about him, but it's more like he don't give a fuck. Like, he's celebrating. And, I mean, he already proved himself lyrically.
Right.
So he don't give a fuck. That's really what it is.
All right.
And, so I think in the chorus, he's like, tell me what's money to a god, the Wizard of Oz. Really quick song. It sounds like mostly the chorus. More tours, and maybe throughout the album. I gotta get the album.
Another nice beat too.
Huh?
Another nice beat too.
Yeah. So more towards like the end of the album. And maybe throughout the album. I gotta give it some more listens. But this song sounded like mostly chorus and like just one verse. So I mean, I think that's what happened.
Probably.
And
you got bridges and pre-choruses. I've seen a bridge, a pre-chorus, and a chorus on track.
So,
like that's too many things. That's not verses.
Right. So it's. I mean, the songs seem to get shorter and shorter as you get to the end.
Oh, wow.
Like like the next track is only 2 verses. There's 2 Chainz and Logic's verses, and that's the end of the song. But one more thing I want to say about Wizard of Oz is, so Bobby Tarantino II. On Bobby Tarantino I, there was a song called Wrist. That he did with Pusha T, fly song, and Wizard of Oz. The beat sounds almost just like it. So to me, Wizard of Oz is almost like a sequel to Wrist.
Okay.
in my mind, because the beats. I mean, if you go back and listen to Risk, the beat is almost identical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So State of Emergency is next. 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
He rips that shit, boy.
I don't think so. I'm not a big 2 Chainz fan. Though.
I mean, I wasn't either. I'm not a 2 Chainz fan.
I don't think he rips it though.
He did. He brought it here though. I never heard him bring it before like that. But he did on that track. He did.
This is my fave beat.
Yeah, the beat was legit though.
This is my fave beat of the album. So
nice.
2 Chainz, it was okay. Logic mentioned that he signed a $30 million deal. Oh yeah, and this album is by Mother. I'm here as his attorney to officially let you guys know
he's making $30 million now.
The Logic is Mother me. I like the in the background. I like beats that got that little haunted voice a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, I know you get creeped out.
I get creeped out if it's too much, But yeah, that's pretty much it for that song. But
yeah, so the beat sounds like a state of catastrophe or emergency. One of Logic's better verses in the album as well. With all the other singing and stuff he's doing as well. I'm kind of grateful that this album doesn't have a chorus after the last song, Wizard of Oz. So I'm kind of like, I'm just glad that it's kind of
balanced it out.
I appreciated this song coming after Wizard of Oz. I was like, okay, I that's a good look.
Give me some verses.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Track 11. I gotta get mine. Sorry guys, I'm gonna type these notes up next time.
Yeah, I just use my phone.
I know.
Technology,
I like shut up. I like to write. Helps me retain.
Old school. You're right. There's a study about that. You're right.
So sidebar. 6 months ago, I watched this. It was like it wasn't a video, but it was Kendrick Lamar and him did a remix for "Take It Back." Did you hear that? Check that out. And you guys check it out. Just a little sidebar. I wanted to mention because it came up when I was doing like the research on YouTube, and I was like Kendrick remix, and it's nice.
I'm glad that they got together because to me, Logic is also, I mean, being that he just became mainstream or started to become mainstream in 2014, he's like a Kendrick Drake hybrid in my mind. So like he has like a rapid fire Kendrick type of flow. He
does. That's who he reminds. Because I was trying to put my finger on who he flowed similar to, and it is Kendrick.
Yeah, and then
it is Kendrick.
And then but he sings songy like Drake. And I will say I think Logic does his singing better than Drake does. He does, but you got to go back and listen to his old stuff.
Okay.
Under Pressure.
I just like Drake's voice though, because it's like whiny, nasally a little bit. Like I kind of like that.
Yeah, you like the whiny. Yeah.
I like it's a unique sound. Don't sound like everybody else singing.
Logic can really blow when he's not using auto-tune. Like he can really blow.
For real?
Yeah. Like you got to listen.
He was raised in black churches.
He's half black. His dad is black. Like
Did he first sing in church though?
There was one track. I should have highlighted what song it was. We've passed it already. There was one song where he said like.
Now I want to hear him sing.
he said something like blacks and whack. Blacks and whack.
Blacks and wax.
Black and white. Like sucking, like something, and like fucking anyone who ain't accepted his ethnicity. Something he said about him being black and white. But we passed that track, and I should have made a note about it.
You did tell me that. I forgot about
it. It wasn't really relevant to like the review, but he is mixed, and his dad is black.
So that's what's up. He probably was raised in black churches, and probably did sing.
He's from Maryland, right?
I did.
Yeah, he's from Maryland.
What's Up is track 11. Big Sean's on there. Nice beat. Man. He was like, what's up, ho? I start off, what's up, ho?
He starts the song off with that whoa, no? So he has that. He has like the you. Like the goddamn, like all those are his things. Those are like his trademarks.
Okay, I got you.
So he starts the song with the whoa, no? And this is the second song that I know of him doing with Big Sean.
Yeah.
He's flexing a little bit harder, more commercially on this song too.
He's basically, I think he's saying in this song that you just never know who really down for you for real.
Yeah.
Never, another additive feature, or not feature, I guess, attribute that comes along with success. People around you change when you get money.
Real shit.
I've definitely experienced that before.
Absolutely.
12 this is my least favorite one. The video is weird. It's called Marshmallow. I mean, it's called Every Day. And Marshmello, who's also a producer, who's also a DJ of like electronic beats, like dubsteppy type stuff. Like the you ever see that DJ? I forget this DJ Mile. I think Dad Mile used to wear the ears on his like a helmet, costume, ear, mouse helmet. No. He has a marshmallow hat on his head, and they have a video, and it's just like them like walking in the street and being crazy and in hammocks and stuff. And he works hard every day. A lot of DJing on stage that he's doing. Like I said, it's my least favorite. He also helped produce the video. And throughout the video, there's always this like purple background that says drops fired. And then it'll be like a dubstep beat for like 2 bars. And then it'll just go. But it completely doesn't like fit well with the song. You know what I mean?
I just like replayed that song in my head every day and realized, okay, that he did use some dubstep components in the song.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. You of all people to say this is your least favorite track. I'm surprised. Because I would say this is one of my better tracks for the album. This was the first song where his singing actually sounded like appropriate for the song to me on this album.
It wasn't misplaced this time.
Yeah, he's working hard every day. I like the beat a lot. One jewel he said on the song was, "As quick as you rise, just as quick as you can fall." Now I can't fuck with that at all. Like I can lose it just that quick, so that's why I work so hard every day.
Right.
And so I mean, I like that every day.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's not terrible. It's a feel good song. You know? It's one of those feel good songs. 44 More.
Another sequel song because
the final track.
The first Bobby Tarantino album had the first 44 bars,
and that was way better.
It was the first 44 was better because even on 44 More there are 3 instances in this instances. Can I talk today? There are 3 different instances on this one track where, it's supposed to be 44 bars,
right?
But he uses 3 of the bars, or maybe 4, to like repeat himself over and over again. Ring, 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 ring. Like, come on, you just wasted.
You're wasting bars out here. You're wasting these 44s.
Like when Game talking about 400 bars or. Someone's talking about like how many bars again. He had 92 bars again. When you count how many bars are on the title of your song, like I need you to spit the whole time. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Word of advice.
But he still has positive messages here. He's talking about saving money for his kids to go to college.
Yeah.
This is a lot more party than the first 44 as well, but he still has a good message, but that has a good party beat to it. It's a production album. It's a high production album.
And yeah, I agree with that. And this was actually the lead single of this mixtape. This is classified as a mixtape, and it was released February 23rd, 2018, and it did chart the Billboard Hot 100.
Word.
At 22, I think. So that's a good accomplishment anytime you're on the billboards. I think you could just get money when you make a certain ranking.
Just get up there, right? Yeah.
So that's what's up. So that was the last track. You guys definitely check it out. Check out the first one because, like I said, brother put me on. I just realized when he played it just now, that's a song you played for me like last 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I liked it a whole lot. So
it was and also Bobby Tarantino 2, 1 and 2. They have very, I would say, similar sounds.
Right.
The first one, the beats were more humble.
Mm.
But conceptually about the same. They're brother or sister albums. They're like related albums. They go in order,
Yeah.
Like Bobby Tarantino 1 and 2, so they go together. So I think they're good to listen to together because that's what I did when I was reviewing or doing my notes here.
Good idea.
I gave Bobby Tarantino 2 8.5 out of 10. That's my rating.
I give it an 8.5 too.
Cool.
All right, you guys definitely listen. Absolutely, I will be right back.
Thank you. So next up, we have our honorable mentions. So a few tracks out there that are brand spanking new on the scene as of
like this past week.
Right.
The last show.
Yeah, as of this show. Right. So the new heat, was brand new out here.
That we like.
Yeah,
and that we are
like.
saying
Just
is the top of the best.
some stuff to keep you in the know and the loop,
Yeah.
So
mainly for that though.
There's Chanel, and once again in hip hop we are endorsing products for free because the rappers here are talking about, I guess, buying,
Expensive.
The girl Chanel bags. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's to be honest, it's like it's your party. It's one of your parties. It's your club. It's your club thing,
Club banger.
Got Sway Lee, Slim Jimmy. I won't sit here and pretend like I've heard of them before.
Slim Jimmy.
You got Drummer's Ear. We mentioned them earlier, and Pharrell. So Pharrell's back on the scene clearly.
Okay, Pharrell.
After he just dropped his album, now he's back still like on the scene.
Really does, yeah.
Yeah, he's back out here.
And is that what you were playing when you first came?
Yeah, I played it earlier.
He sounds different on there.
He has a lot of different sounds to him. I like that.
He does. I like that about him too. He's very talented and very diverse. He's a very spiritual person too.
Absolutely.
So the album that I'm finna say is Cardi B.
Okay. Was that
album?
Okay, I'm about to say.
She has a new album out.
Is that her first album?
It's her first. No, it's her second album. She had an album before that.
Okay.
I can't remember the name, but it wasn't an album like this is. It was a mixtape more so.
Right.
So, but this album, she was also on SNL. This yesterday with Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa. They did SNL. It was lit. He did a little African accent. He was playing Black Jeopardy. It was so funny.
Oh, okay.
It was so funny. Hold on, let me tell you real quick. He playing Black Jeopardy, right? So he trying to get the hang of the game. It was like, if the cable bill of your grandmother name, then why? Then what's the reason? And T'Challa was like, because she's the foundation of the family, and you went to honor her. And what's the name was like? Keena was like, that's very nice, but no.
Not.
But yeah, she did. She's pregnant now, and on SNL, she kind of, be careful with me. That's like one of the leading singles that's out right now. Be careful. It's a nice song. It's talking about how this guy did her wrong. Why you gonna do me wrong? I got your back. You out here. You gonna get what you deserve. But Invasion of Privacy is the name of the album, and it's dope. So shout out to Cardi B. She lit right now.
You got the Drake single "Nice for What." Nice Lauryn Hill sample that he's doing. So I'm sure that's already in heavy rotation, or it will be soon. So you got a nice little Lauryn Hill rotation going on there.
Okay, L Boogie.
Right.
The next album that I listened to over and over and over again this week was Chloe and Hale. Chloe and Hale have a new album out, and it's lit. One of the albums is featured on the show Grownish, Nas's cousin Yahira Shahid. I know I'm saying that wrong.
So his cousin made a show called Grownish?
The girl from Blackish, the daughter,
went
to college. And she got her own show of her college life. Called Grownish. Same producer, I think. It's on like an internet channel or something like that. I can't remember the name of the network. But they are on that show, Chloe and Hale. And because those of you who don't know, Chloe and Hale are those two twin sisters who I think Beyonce put them on. I'm not sure. But they had did this harmony to one of Beyonce's songs, and it was just their voice is so harmonious. It's a beautifully done album. The artwork's dope. The kids are all right. That's the name of the album, 18 songs.
Sweet.
Check it out.
And my last honorable mention on this side is going to be Dua, if I pronounced his name correctly, Dua Lipa. So a singer. This song is called One Kiss. And the beat, I like the beat. The beat was catchy instantly because it sounds like a fashion show type of beat.
A fashion show type of beat.
You know that this
runway.
Right, the runway. There you go.
Okay,
yeah. So as soon as you think about the runway, just think about that music, and that's what this beat is on. Where this beat is. Excuse me. So she's kind of cocky, talking about one kiss is all it takes for, you
to fall in love forever.
For her, for you to fall in love with it. It's some cocky shit. Like, that's what's up. I mean, if you think so, shorty, I don't know.
That's all it takes me.
I'm glad to hear that, sis. That's what's up. I'm glad.
All right, so my last honorable mention, I had to mention it. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big John Legend fan. I love John Legend. I don't understand why everybody doesn't love him equally, because his voice is unique and very soulful, and it's just beautiful and enchanting.
I fucks with John
I
Legend.
fucks with John Legend. So the name of the song is A Good Night, and it's a great song. So check that out.
Straight like that.
You guys check these songs out. Let us know what you think. And if you have anything you'd like us to mention, we'll be more than happy to check that out too.
Let us know.
Yes.
Hey, I'm out here with these passion points for y'all. My finger waves are golden, and they reflect beautifully off the sunshine. Sit back and enjoy. These passion points. These passion points. Sending you passion points. Hoping that you enjoy sealing it with a kiss. Passion points. Just for you. Sit back and enjoy these passion points. Absolutely alphas. With Tone and Trina. Passion points.
Hey, we're back. And you just heard the ill-ass intro, so I'm sure you know that it's time for passion points.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. What's your passion? Well, bro, this week my passion point.
I like how you broke it down the points of passion like that.
Points.
I haven't heard that yet. So that was it.
That's our podcast. That's this segment's definition.
That was ill.
Thank you. My affirmation is something that I've been doing for a while now, and it has had a very positive impact on my life. It's part of my morning routine, and it's affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know some people do it, some people don't, some people don't know about it, so it's something I just wanted to share. And definitely you can Google affirmations. You can do it for abundance, wealth, money, things like that, prosperity, or whatever you want. You know, there are things that you can speak into existence that exist out here, and I've been doing it, and it's been beneficial to my life, I'll say that. And it's a part of, connecting with yourself a little more and just knowing what you want and really motivating yourself. It's another form of motivation for you to get what you want out of your life, and to keep you focused and positive. So there's a lot of benefits to it. It's not just trying to get something. It's you conditioning yourself to want it more. You know what I mean? And conditioning yourself to be motivated and look, I deserve this. This is what I deserve. I'm here for this. I'm finna get it. So that's my passion point.
Have you already heard of the term neuroplasticity?
I have not. Tell me more.
I mean, I'm no expert. I downloaded this one app. It was a meditation app that spoke about neuroplasticity. So it's a terminology that describes the reinforcement of neural pathways in our brain by patterns and things that we say.
Right. Yes.
So these neural it's a measure of strength of that connection.
Okay.
So in other words, affirmations work because when you speak about like your life and how hard shit is all the time, then that's where your life, continues to be.
You become what you speak.
Yes. So that's the power of affirmations. So they work because they're already working. If your life is fucked up and you're saying it out loud on a regular basis, then that's because
your mind is a condition. So neuroplasticity sounds like it has a lot to do with
it is
the conditioning.
It's conditioning. That's what it is.
Your thought patterns.
Yeah.
So that's just wanted to share with my people out there.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, they have some money affirmations. You can say it with it. You can Google it and read it aloud. Reading it aloud is definitely what you need to be doing. So if you do look it up on YouTube, say it along with whoever is talking to you. Like say it with them or after them. But if you find it, you pull it up on a website or something, then you definitely say it aloud. Don't just,
Absolutely.
you have to say it aloud. And you have to, be in a place where you can be alone and say it and feel it and really mean it. You need to really mean it too,
Hell yeah.
Don't just, it can't just be a chore. It's part of my routine now. I've been doing it for about 4 months.
Nice.
Yeah, I do it on my ride to work. That's when I do it.
I was
takes
gonna
5 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take much either.
Yeah.
I was gonna have my own topic for the passion point or the point of passion, but I'm gonna keep building off this because
nice. It worked. That vibe perfect.
Yeah, it did because do you remember Jake?
Yeah.
The white boy.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, pretty white boy. So he's really the one that put me on to all the books and knowledge about affirmations and meditation and stuff, chakras and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that exposed me to all that stuff. Like I don't know anyone else in my life that I dealt with on a regular basis that does stuff like that anyway. So
real quick, shout out to Holistically Being. She has a blog.
Yeah, so she's all about that.
There's a blog. Google Holistically Being. I think it's holisticallybeing.com. It's all about chakras, energy, how to balance, and she's a yoga pro. So yoga and meditation is important.
Oh yeah. How she does it just blends together perfectly. She has the yoga, she has the crystal healing.
Yes.
And it's just
very positive person.
A lot of positivity.
Very.
To be shared from her. Follow her on Instagram, Holistically Being. I believe that's the name.
That's it, Holistically Being.
Okay, I hopefully didn't fuck that up. Okay.
You didn't.
All right. So I used so when I first started with the whole meditation and affirmation thing, I realized it. I think a lot of it comes from India.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where all of it comes from.
And as we know, yoga comes from there, right?
Right.
So you say these mantras. You either write them or say them like 100 times a day or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like you have to hit the number for like 40 days or something for it to work, and like it'll definitely work if you do it.
Wow.
That's the concept, but it's in their language, and it's like there's something that was always mystical, like in movies and shit, about like if you saw something in another language. Like think about Malcolm X, where he was in the temple praying,
right,
and like in Islam. And he was in their language, so it just looked more official. Like he's in the temple,
right? Like
looking up, like with the light behind him, the candles and everything.
It's a certain correctness, like perfection.
But the point we're making here is, I do believe now, and see, okay, so the new studies, because in America we just kind of made things better. That's what we do in America. So now we have science to back up this stuff, and that's why they're exposing neuroplasticity now, because that's like the shorthand, that's the shortcut of it. It's like, okay, you're reinforcing into your mind what you want to manifest.
And it has a lot of healing properties, that same attitude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I mean, internally.
But it's like back in the day when like meditation first came out, like people were meditating for days. And all that's not really necessary to achieve the results that we want to manifest in life. So in America, we kind of like use technology and research and science to shorthand things.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
And over time, so like it's evolved, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I can just go on forever about this, but it's like one of the shortcuts is like I think we as Americans see it as more authentic or official when it's like in the native language. So like I'm writing the mantra in like Indian or Sanskrit or whatever I'm writing it in, and you can just say the shit in English. Like I'm going to be fluent. I'm going to be successful. Like you can just say it in English, and you can just keep affirming.
It has the same meaning. It has the same.
Yeah, it should have the same meaning because you know what it means.
Regardless of the language.
of the language that you're saying to them.
Doesn't have more power than
right. Yeah. So like it's a mantra. It's a mantra because you say it in another language. Like no, it's a mantra when you say it in fucking English too.
Same words, different language.
Right. So,
Whoa. Whoa to you.
well, I mean, no, I didn't say that it's written anywhere that you're supposed to use the language. I'm just saying, like, I think because of movies and stuff, I think we're conditioned. Conditioned to think that the language makes it. Like when someone casts a spell in a movie, like a magic spell, like the magic won't work unless it's in that language.
It has to be magical language. Yeah.
It has to be like in that.
If it's not a magical language, then
if it's not in Chinese or
your spell.
Yeah, right. You know, like or African or whatever the language is. Like if it's not in that language, then this spell will not work. Okay. Yeah. But I can just say lightning. I should be able to say lightning, and lightning comes out my fucking hand. Like that's what should happen.
You gotta say
no, I gotta say abracadabra, and
that's it. That's the right word.
Okay, that's we figured it out. Yeah, there you go.
Abracadabra.
So I think that's all I have for now. But yeah, definitely
follow us. Subscribe.
Follow, subscribe, share. Talk
about on YouTube.
Talk about us. All that.
Yeah, talk about us. Bring us up.
Like that. Love you too. What? And of course, lastly, we have our local honorable mention, a local shout out to a very local artist right here in Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Jimmy the Grunt. But what I have here for you is actually he's part of a group called Certain Ones. So when we play the song at the end here, it's going to be like their group, but the person I know personally is Jimmy the Grunt. He has like a very like old school hip hop, like Wu-Tang vibe to him.
Yeah, it's very Wu-Tangy.
And
I liked it a lot.
And just coming up with him, I knew that was one of his biggest influences as well. So
nice.
I mean, who doesn't love Wu-Tang? So if you love Wu-Tang, you're gonna love this guy and his group as well.
It's a good song.
Certain
Ones.
Song. Yeah, absolutely.
So we hope you guys enjoy. And we thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
And be sure, if you haven't, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our platforms and social media, Absolutely Alphas. Questions, concerns, email us, absolutelyalphas@gmail.com.
Click those subscribe and share buttons right now.
Yeah, click. Thank you guys. Hope you have a good week. Bye.
Just cause the street lights came on didn't mean we came inside. Pause. The breeze come out at night like the song states. The night gets hot, high humidity suffocates. Between the blanketing, the weakness escalates and marinates. Makes folks uncomfortable like taking away the opiates. Or iPhones, luxury items, umbilical. Smack them on the ass, get them to scream out the residual. Build up, give them room to breathe. Wear your heart on your sleeve, chief, and be prepared to grieve. Real talk.
I'm about to master this piece, stereo night vision through the heartache and cataclysm, better rhythm. Despite all my rage, I'm a living machine with bomb tracks filled with anthrax. They smoked out like salmon to the max, dropping the cold facts. Hot wax attracts hacks and drawbacks. Extract, subtract, exactly how we do. Out of party new speak, minute true you. Revisionism for the other side. Otherwise, another time I'm thumbing for a ride. Salad of 1,000 delights, feed the soul with the inner globe of know-how. Chow down the old, fall under the pleasure. Pressure breaks the buckle. Doing your own horn, then bursting your own bubble. Little China, big trouble. Tunnel vision hard, class struggle. Be prepared to grieve, real talk.
Said hand all dead it and never question. Just commits what you stand, don't wet it and do what's destined. The frame of the picture is only seen by a dozen, but the blame of scripture thought to be obscene when it wasn't. The difference between Alpo and Kentucky Fried, reminiscent of Malvo with touchy pride. It's premature, the part with your bread and your boomstick would seem secure, but the heart would place the head on some gloom shit. Pull out from the pelvis and pop a smurf. Got your turf, Gargamel when selfish to stop your birth. The earth, even in hell, was made to acknowledge. Curse with, grieving for self without any aid up in college. Hold fast with the cash like a mouse in a glue trap. Gold plaques in the stash house had me pursue rap. Authorized by the Associate Press. Marginalized to die by an emotional stress. As if Denzel had a son and he got game. Still intentional in your slums like a 3-block flame. The bigger the snitch, the more you can lose. But the figure the tricks get are some proportional dues. It's grand groove, what you give them to grind a gram. Stand loose from the woman that minds a man. A bigot will pick it, unzip it and stick it. The malignant figment systemic reinvented the image. Now what the f? Now what the f? Now what the f?